Hello, this is Sarah Soiledplant. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my dramatic plants. These are plants that I've had for a long time, not a lot of time, doesn't matter. These are the plants that are causing my worries and concerns. These are my Dramataplants. To me, Dramataplants are not necessarily plants I'm unhappy with, that I don't like, that I'm not going to right my wrongs and fix them. These are just plants that are having a hissy fit right now. If this is something that interests you, don't forget to like the video, comment, and subscribe, and we'll get into it. First plant on my list is my Maranta. It started the spring off putting out an insane amount of new growth, and it decided about a month ago that it wanted to only produce brown, disgusting, half-rotted leaves. And it's been dropping leaves like crazy. Here's another one that's garbage that I'm gonna take off. See, here's another leaf that's bit the dust. And it's just like, I have a feeling that this plant just wants a new pot. Maybe it needs more fertilizer, maybe it needs less fertilizer, I don't know. But I feel like half the leaves that are produced now are just trash. They're just trash, and I don't know what's going on with it. I don't really like this pot very much. I did actually inspect the roots, and the roots aren't too root bound or anything like that. It seems good, but there's this plastic liner at the bottom of this pot. This is the pot I bought it in about a year ago, and there's a plastic just flat piece on the bottom of this, and then there's a reservoir where water collects, so that it doesn't drain out the bottom really at all. And if you, I don't know if you can see, but if you look at the very, very bottom, I'm trying not to get dirt everywhere. The very, very bottom, you can see the plastic. It's right there. And it did so well with this pot for a long time, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, I want to look sad and decrepit and like I want to die. I don't understand. I mean, I guess what I could do is just repot this in something else. And that's probably what I'm gonna have to do before too long. But it's like, come on. You were doing so well. You were like my shining star, my beacon of hope, and then you do this to me. All of these new growth points are getting just brown on the edges and stuff. This plant just needs a big boost and a kick in the pants is what this needs. Like, part of me wants to just cut all of these off and put them in new plants and start over, because literally every single new growth point. So this growth point right here, I cut off because it was rotten from the jump. I cut it off and the new one's rotting. It's not getting any more light than it was. It's not getting any less light than it was. The watering is still at the same rate. The fertilizing is still at the same rate. It just decided what I was doing that was successful 6 months ago is now garbage. The next up on my list is my black coral snake plant. I have been on the look for one of these for a while. I love how skinny the leaves are, how dark it is. I really love it. This thing has just been garbage. I have a feeling that this isn't a me problem, this is a supplier problem, because ever since I got it, I have been losing leaves like crazy. Also, do you see this? This leaf right here, which is the tallest leaf it has a bunch of brown spots and fungus growth on it. Just what? And then this one over here has some fungus growing on it. I've had to cut a bunch of leaves back. This is the only new leaf I got this season, just this one little stalk, and that's it. And it's just, ugh, it's so ugly. I've come home to find at least 5 leaves just flat, because at the base of it, it just rotted away and decided to just collapse on itself. And this is definitely a supplier problem. This is not like I'm overwatering it. That's definitely not the case. I usually water my snake plants every 3 months, which to some people might seem insane, but I'm an overwaterer. So if I tell myself every 3 months and I do it every 2 months, I'm good. I don't give my snake plants enough light to warrant monthly waterings or anything like that. So 3 months has been working great for me. I get new growth all the time. It's just slower to grow, and that is fine by me. That is completely fine. This leaf is on the newer side, and it's got a rotten point on it. I've cut the tips off of some that I hoped to, rejuvenate, or, if I cut off the nasty parts. Maybe I'll prolong the inevitable that this whole thing is gonna die. I'm pretty sure it's all gonna die, but I'm gonna let it die at its own pace. I do really like the height and depth of it. I don't know. I'd like to find another black coral that's about this same size and then just kind of chuck this one in the trash because I think it's just fungused and diseased and all of that. It's just, ugh, and these are the good ones that are remaining. I've cut off the ones that were worse than this. These are the shining stars of the plant right now. And it's all nasty. Can you see this? Just look. Brown spot there, brown spot here, brown spot here, brown spot there, brown spot there. It's just, it's nasty. And half the time it's like sticky. Oh. Love the black coral. I love the black coral. Do not love this one. Next on the list is my ZZ plant. My ZZ plant and I have a gentleman's agreement, which is basically as long as you keep living, I will keep you here. And it keeps living, so I can't complain about that. You know, it's doing what I asked it to. The thing that frustrates me about my ZZ plant is it does not stay up. Like right now, it's doing pretty good, and I'm much happier with it now than I was a few months ago, but it was laying flat in all directions, and I'm not here for that. I don't have time for that kind of shenanigans. Absolutely not. I've gotten quite a few new growth spurts this year. This is a new one. This is a new one. One of the little ones at the bottom is new, doing its thing. It's happy. It just doesn't look intentional. It looks like I'm killing this thing. It never quite has the structural integrity to just grow upward. It always wants to lay flat. This thing is constantly covered with spiders and bugs. Like I'm seeing a bunch of webs and things on it right now. It's not spider mites, I don't think. It's literally just spiders because of the way the webbing is. From this side, it's kind of cute because it's going at you, right? This is a decidedly left leaning from this angle, and then from the back, it's just everything's going the other way. So, and that's not due to light either. It gets some southern light and it gets a little bit of western light. So there's no real reason for it to be kind of misbehaving like this. But like I said, it's getting better. It's going in the right direction. The 3 new stalks that have come in are the vertical ones. It's all the old ones that are laying flat. And part of me thinks that I need to like repot it or put more soil in it or something so it has more to grip onto. Maybe it just needs a water. I don't know. It's just always laying flat for me. Next up is my Stromanthia Triostar. This is my second Stromanthia. My other one was a little bit bigger. This one's a little bit smaller. I'll take it out of the cover pot so you can get a better look at it. I don't know why Stromanthias hate me so much. Calatheas do okay, hopefully. Like I take good care of some and not as good as with others. My one Maranta's a little pissy right now. With this one, and with the other 2 Stromanthia. Hi, Maggie. Yeah, Stromanthia. Anyway, so my Stromanthia, it's on the recovery mode. It's doing all right now, but I had to lose so many leaves because they just shriveled up and died on me. And I've had a little bit of growth. I don't know the right way to put it. What I did when it started deteriorating and what I did when it started getting better was the same thing. I'm not kidding either. I have 2 other Stromanthia that are bouncing back right now, but they're bouncing back from what? I don't know. It's like I bring them into my house and they have to die before they can grow again. Aren't you the sweetest? Hi, honey. Please stop clawing at my pants. That would be nice. Thank you. So when I brought these plants in, I was giving it consistent watering, all of that, high humidity, the same lighting that it had before, and it's recuperating with the same environment that I gave it before. It blows my mind. I cannot understand what's going on. This one never had spider mites. I've treated it for spider mites just in case, but it never had them. I never saw any pest on them ever. It literally just died. and now it's slightly coming back. I've got a new growth point right here, this little tiny stalk that I just saw when I picked it up just now. If anyone has any tips for cats who show affection by clawing you, how do you get them to stop? Like, I know she's doing it because she loves me and all of that. Yes, I know you are, but it hurts so bad and it ruins my pants. This Stromanthia is recuperating, but it has been so frustrating along the way, and I might as well lump my other two Stromanthia in with this. The other two do not look nearly as good as this one right now. I've got 4 different kind of stalk clusters. Well, technically 5, but one of them is about to die. But I've got 5 different stalk clusters that look like that. And on the other 2, I only have 1 on each. You know, this one is actually doing well compared to the other 2, believe it or not. When it comes to the Triostar, when it comes to plants, I have a rule where I will buy it twice and then I will never buy it again. There's always exceptions to that. You know, if it got a disease or something like that, or got eaten by bugs and I didn't catch it and it's my fault, fine. But if it just dies because my care was insufficient, I won't buy it again. This one is a main exception because I love it. Look at it, it's got the perfect little backsides. It's got the white in them. I love the leaf shape. I love how they cluster. It's so pretty. Why is she like this? I will keep buying these until I figure it out or the plant decides not to die on me. I don't know. Now, one thing I did change with all of my Stromanthia, which does seem to be helping, my general environment has not changed, but one thing I did was in the base of all of the pots, I put the rocks that I bought from IKEA at the bottom of the planter. So basically I will make sure that there's some water in the bottom of the pot to kind of increase the humidity. This is basically my version of a pebble tray. Also, it allows more air circulation for the soil, because I was thinking, and that seems to be helping too. I guess that's the one thing that I did change, was I put rocks in the bottom of the cover pots to allow for air circulation and for better ambient humidity. Maybe, okay, now in retrospect, maybe that's what I did to fix it. I don't know. That's my best guess. That's all I'm doing. I'm guessing at this point. One of my pride and joy plants, which is my Calathea Warskowskii. Oh my gosh, I love this plant so much. I wish I could figure out what's wrong with her so I could fix her, but it's a kind of amusing problem to me, and I can't quite figure out what's wrong. I've lost quite a few leaves to them crisping up. Standard Calathea business, right? You know, that's just par for the course with these plants. But one thing I've noticed, I was getting a ton of new growth on this top portion up here, but what happens is they come out and they're wrinkly. Like this one here, let me give you a little bit of a close-up. See this leaf, how it's all wrinkly? You can see it on the backside too, how wrinkly that is. I don't know if you can see that. But that's how they would actually come out of their unfurling, right? They would come out and it would immediately be wrinkly and sad. Very similar to my black cardinal philodendron. That one was due to a watering issue, and this one I've got in a self-watering pot. So it shouldn't be overwatered or underwatered. The other thing is, the second they pop out, they get crispy tips, which implies low humidity, but I've got 65% humidity, so I'm just wondering, is there something else I'm missing? I've had some good success with the most recent leaves. So this big ol', you notice I'm trying to like get in frame here. This big ol' honkin' leaf, which is straight up in the air, no intention of laying over flat. This one is my newest leaf that unfurled, and it's great. It's got a little mark on the top, but like, are you kidding? This is great compared to what I've been getting. And it's fine. I've got another little growth point in this same cluster, and then lo and behold, I've got this other stalk on this side, which is brand new, its own new little unique cluster, and it's coming in and it looks also perfect. Confounding in the 10th degree. I love her so much. Oh my gosh. I love her more than I care to admit, honestly. I want this plant to be as happy as humanly possible. Once again, I put it in a self-watering pot and it's kind of self-correcting. It's not really doing the dry, crispy leaf on top anymore. This is the most recent one on top and it does still have the tip problem, but it's not wrinkly this time. I have no idea why this is happening. No idea. I mean, like I said with wrinkly leaves, they still photosynthesize. They'll be fine. It's still, you know, feeding the plant and the plant will be healthy. Bizarre to me why this is happening. It's living. It's still putting out leaves even now. And it's October at this point. It's there. It's just, I'm trying to ignore it and not obsess, because as soon as I start obsessing, it'll die. So I'm trying to keep it cool. I'm trying to give it whatever it needs. Hopefully she'll be all right. I feel like I need to grab another plant that's not a Calathea, because this is unfair to my Calathea. Let me find another non-Calathea variety to talk about. Last but not least is going to be my Ficus Taneki. This is going to be the most petty crap you've ever heard in your life. But I am so upset that she keeps deciding to grow crooked. I have repotted this thing about 3 times to make sure it grows straight up and down. It's a single stalk and she keeps leaning. She keeps leaning and it's pissing me off. She's running out of room too, so I've got her on this shelf behind me and she's too tall for it. And look at the beautiful coloration on the leaves. It's like the perfect amount of white to green and everything, so it loves being right where it is. It just doesn't have enough headroom. So I'm trying to figure out where to put her. I need to reposition her again. I will keep adjusting this plant until, you know, I can't move her anymore because she's too big. I've considered chopping the top off to instead have one singular trunk, have it branch off, and then use the top and grow a new plant again. I've considered that, and that's not off the table as of now. I don't know. She's lovely and wonderful, and part of me doesn't want to mess with her because these leaves at the top here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these 5 leaves and another one, there's always one coming up, but these 5 were all grown here in my house. This rubber plant and my previous rubber plant that I lost due to spider mites and lost over the winter, I threw it out. It was just a burgundy rubber plant that I had. So I replaced it with this one, but that burgundy rubber plant only gave me 2 leaves in the year I had it. Nothing, right? Especially for burgundy, and those are supposed to be faster growing than ones like this. And this one gave me 5. So I'm very encouraged that I'm doing something right, that I'm giving it the proper light, fertilizing the right amount, watering the right amount, tick, 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 tick. But she's too tall and she wants to bend. I think I'm past the point, since it's fall, I think I'm past the point where I can chop her. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with her. Like, look at that leaf. Is that not like, granted, it's not white yet. It's still got that yellow from being a brand new leaf, but oh, she's not perfect. She's just like, this is a work of art, man. It's, I love her. I love her so much. That concludes my video for this week. Let me know how you liked Dramataplant, and let me know if you want to see more of this. Let me know if you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and write a comment down below. Let me know what you thought, and I will catch you next time. Bye.